Evening, everybody. Back again on a live stream on Angelo di Roma 1980. I hope you guys are enjoying your evening, your day, your afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We're now streaming on Instagram, and we're also streaming on YouTube. Ciao Aldo, hope you're well. So let me double check, guys, that YouTube is actually streaming. Yes, YouTube is streaming, but it's streaming in the wrong direction. There you go. So now, yes, now YouTube is streaming as well. So guys, you can see me on this channel as you can see me now on Instagram, and you can see me on YouTube. Let me double check that YouTube is there. There you go. So today is going to be very interesting. So I'm going to be watching two cameras, guys. It's going to be an interesting session that we're looking at because we're going to be talking only about a specific type of silk that is very rare, I would say, nowadays in the market. You don't see much of this silk around. But at the Roma 1980, we like to surprise and delight you, as well as we like to share with you some technical knowledge about silk and the different types of silk. And but not only in the way is made, which I'm not going to talk about today, to be honest. We're only going to focus on the benefits and on the peculiarity of wearing a madder silk tie, and we also have a pocket square. The interesting thing about the pocket square, guys, that I think, and the reason why I made a pocket square in madder is solely to hopefully get across to you the feel of this silk, because on a tie is always a bit harder, but by shaking and waving the pocket square to you, comparing to a standard silk pocket square, you will probably better understand how the silk feels. So the first thing that I want to highlight about madder silk is that it's a silk that feels chalky. So when you stroke it, it feels like a dinetto, we would call it in Italian. It's chalky, it's smooth, it's textured, but the texture still doesn't wipe off the smoothness of silk. Because of this reason, madder as a silk tends to remove saturation from colors. It brings down that level of sheen, that saturation, as you just said, makes the colors less vibrant. So it kind of makes them a little bit more matte. For example, I'm wearing right now our IGNAZIA from our 30.000 collection in madder, and you can see that the tie has a slight kind of skin, very superficial, that how do I explain it? The best way to do it is he has a very chalky exterior, very, very superficial layer of chalky feel. And these ties are impeccable. I love them so much. This is the one I probably love the most out of all of them. I'm going to show you how this exact red would have looked on a red silk tie. So this is the red that you would have got on a standard silk, whether it's 17 momi, whether it's 26 momi. A thicker silk, not in madder, would make it darker, but will still keep the saturation of the red, okay? But madder brings down the tones, and for those like me who like to be, yes, bold, but at the same time understated with their ties. To me, this is heaven on earth. When the first time I discovered the Madder silk, I was absolutely blown away because of these characteristics of this beautiful silk. Obviously, I'm going to show you a few more items, but before I go on to the other ties, I'm going to show you how actually feels when you have it by doing this. So this actually, I'm going to start from a standard pocket square. This is a standard pocket square, okay? Standard silk pocket square, beautiful, coming in our collection the next days. I have the red carpet event and wearing white shirt, blue suit. Okay, I am not discussing any other things but Madder today, my man. But if you got any questions, you can drop me a message on Angelo di Roma 1980 on Instagram, or an email to angelo@diroma1980.net. Ciao Esmen, ciao someone else, some other good friends of mine just popped on, as well as everyone else, to be honest. So this pocket square will be available on diroma1980.com in the next days. So this is a silk, it's a standard silk, okay? I'm gonna show you a Madder. Can you feel, did you hear that? I'm gonna do it at the same time. So, the closest way that I can describe to you is by comparing this pocket square to a the little pezzola, we call it in Italian, that we use to clean glasses. You know, the old ones, the classic ones that you find in expensive glasses, the ones that will be leathery. That's it, that's the best way to say. A little bit leathery, but not exactly that. So, I personally love this pocket square. Why do I like it? Because I see myself making more of these Madder pocket squares. Because, unfortunately, because of the nature of the Madder, you're going to lose the back of it. But the intention with this pocket square is never to be folded really as a peak fold, rather to be folded as a standard classic fold. And thanks to the Madder characteristics, it's going to stick to the pocket and is not going to move. This is exactly how I would wear this pocket square. And with this time, to be honest, worn it like this. The great thing about Madder also is that because it's toned down, because it's slightly matte, but still keeps the smoothness of the silk in general as a fabric, it could also be worn as a smart casual tie because of that. But you can also dress it up anytime you want. So I'm going to move on to another tie from our Madder collection, while I will, before I do that, I'm going to share with you this tie a little bit from a close-up look. And I'm going to move on to talking to you about this special lining that we used inside this tie. Obviously, because the Madder silk is a more dense fabric, and it has that kind of stickiness when you knot it due to the chalky feel. We also decided to make the tie to introduce a lining that is slightly lighter. So because the silk itself, the skin of the tie, will add rigidity to the softer lining in order to create a nice balanced tie and a great weight. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. So the next tie we're going to look at is another beautiful Madder, and I'm going to show you how they knot. And I'm gonna move my microphone as close as possible so we can appreciate the sounds. I'm also gonna turn down the music. So this is it. Let me move it here. The YouTube version of this live has the microphone. So when you finish watching this, you might want to pop over to YouTube and watch the recorded live on YouTube where the actual sound is on properly. On Instagram, I hope you guys are getting some decent sound anyway. So, I have knotted this tie in a Cavendish knot. It's unbelievable. You can see here how beautifully this dimple created, and that is due to the fact that inside we introduced a lining that allows the tie to flow beautifully. It doesn't add any rigidity, it doesn't add any thickness, it just lets the tie and the skin of this tie do the work. And guys, I've got no more explanation that I could possibly use to bring to you through a video, a screen, the beauty of this silk. Look at this. I made a little bit of a looser knot. I'm wearing my Nera belt. Today again, you know, chinos, great chinos, what I've been wearing today. For an everyday look, it's beautiful. If this tie was a standard silk, you would have that green splashing in your eyes. And sometimes you just want to be understated while you do try to stand out a little bit. Look at this. I hope, guys, I'm making sense. And the next thing that you want to do, on theroma1980.com, you have high quality pictures that pick up the silk in all its essentiality. You've got this live stream that hopefully is going to help you. The next thing that you want to do is to get one delivered to you so you can finally understand and touch with your hands what my hands are touching now. Unbelievable. So, needless to say that in order to be able to give this silk the sort of versatility that I've just been talking about, is going to be a little bit more costly. If you go on theroma1980.com, there is more information about how this silk is actually formed. I'm not going to bother you now about it, but the whole process of making this silk is rather costly, and to be able to bring to you a madder tie fully handmade in Italy, in madder, as I just said, it's a great honor to be able to bring it to you at the price point that we bring it to you, because I see many companies out there pushing great products at very expensive prices, and as I always say, everyone is good at making expensive things that cost a lot of money. That is not. What is your specialty? What are you being good at exactly? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I appreciate companies like, for example, Suit Supply, that work in the suiting industry, where they manage to bring quality and they don't charge you $3,000 for a Vitale Barberis canonical fabric suit. And that is what I appreciate in businesses. So, I've done a different knot. I've gone into a Windsor knot for you, so you can actually see the beauty of these ties in different knots, so you see how they react to different needs that you might have based on how you feel that day, or based on how your shirt wants to be knotted. When I say shirt wants to be knotted, I cut a long story short. I actually mean how your tie wants to be knotted based on the spread of your collar. Okay, so our 30.000 collection, and recently also many of our Regina ties, they always come in 155 centimeters length, so that allows you to do any type of knots that you want. You can have a bigger knot because you've got enough tie there to have that versatility. This is it. So, a standard silk in light blue, you would have a slight sheen, because silk has a sheen naturally, as a fabric will have it. So, but with madder, we remove that sheen. So you have a tie that is versatile and that works either dressed up or dressed down. And the reason why it also works dressed up, despite the fact that it has no sheen, it's because the silk has still that level of sophistication that goes in opposite direction from sheen, but it's still very sophisticated. And you look at it, and it looks sophisticated when you look at it from close up. So that's why I think it's unbelievable to dress up also. I'm going to move on to the next tie in madder as well that I want to share with you. I'm looking more at the Instagram camera than I am at the YouTube camera. And that is because I was born on Instagram, and I always have that little soft spot for Instagram. Look at this. I'm going to knot this beauty in another knot. I'm going to do a Prince Albert this time. It's very important, guys. The choice of lining was fundamental, was crucial in the construction of these ties. And I'll tell you why. Because if you put inside a standard lining that is used for a standard 17.5 momi silk, which is the silk that you get from anywhere, you end up having a tie that is thick. It's so thick that you're not going to be able to knot it nicely, because the silk itself is thick already. So thick the skin, thick the sole of the tie, you're just going to have a rope there. Okay, you're not going to be able to create a nice and soft dimple, as you can see here. So can you see this? This is the indication of a soft dimple generated by a soft tie. But because the lining and because of the madder silk still has a certain level of solidity and sturdiness, and it still feels robust, it's weighty but soft. What I always say, the tie is not hard, is tender. It's not soft, it's tender. Okay? So this is why I think this madder silk really needs a extra level of attention. Okay? So the next tie we're going to look at, and is going to be the last one of this live stream, and then after that I'm going to leave you to enjoy the beauty of this silk on our website diroma1980.com. The next tie is a beautiful green in small medallions. And I'm gonna knot it again on a. The reason why I'm doing Cavendish or Prince Albert, I'm not doing I'm gonna do a normal 4.5 for you. The reason why I've not been doing a 4.5, guys, is because for where I'm wearing the trousers today, these ties might end up a little bit too long. But let's have a look. I might be wrong, to be honest. I'm wearing them in a lower point than I usually do. Today I've gone very less sartorial, and I've gone more pret-a-porter, I would say, more casual with these chinos that I've had for a long time. I don't know why my sister is trying to get onto the live stream. Knowing her, I don't see why she would want to be on a live stream, to be honest. So yes, this is another beauty, and on the Roma1980.com is been matched. I have paired it with TIBERIO Pocket Square that has beautiful hues of golden yellow, which I don't think is gonna work perfectly with this hue of blue of the suit, but I might be wrong. No, it's not bad at all, actually. Actually, it works because the blue is on the light mid blue tone, so it works, to be honest. So this is Madde. So having a recapitolando, Madde silk. It's a silk that removes saturation from the colors. It makes the ties a little bit more matte. At Roma1980.com, we have decided to introduce a lining that complements the thickness and the density of this silk in order to still have a tie that is robust, but at the same time tender. This is how Madde sounds, and that shows you, should give you an idea how Madde feels. Soft, but at the same time textured and very, very sophisticated. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna love you and leave you, as they say in the UK. If you got any questions, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram, Angelo di Roma 1980, or you can always send me an email on angelo@diroma1980.net. Ciao a tutti, stay dapper. Just closed on Instagram, and I'm gonna close